rising, shine bright deep inside you. When will you ever let it shine from within and cast all of your fears aside? You will see the light until that day comes.
Hello, welcome back to Kingdom Reviews. I'm your host, Future Keybearer. Today we'll be journeying to the Enchanted Dominion. Now, in case this wasn't made obvious in the last video, how I'm going to handle this game is, instead of handling each character's story separately, I'm going to cover all three for each world in relative chronological order. Starting with Terra, he arrives in the world and, of course, is immediately attacked by the Unversed. And they're fine enemies. Again, they're basically a stand-in for the Heartless because this technically takes place before they were roaming the worlds. After defeating most of them, Terra chases one to the castle bridge where he encounters Maleficent.
What's this? Why aren't you asleep, boy?
Don't you know it's past your bedtime?
That fool Flora cast a spell to put everyone in this castle into a deep, deep slumber.
Well, clearly he's not from the castle. Could still be from this world, though.
Who are you?
Why, I am Maleficent, as all who dwell in this kingdom would know.
Okay, now she might have him.
Now you must reciprocate the introduction. Who are you?
Something that the writers of these games never skimp out on, Maleficent is classy as fuck. So Terra asks if she's seen Master Xehanort, and while she claims she hasn't, Maleficent suggests he go to the castle. Terra moves forward, finding his way to Princess Aurora's bedchamber. Maleficent appears and tells him that Aurora's heart is pure light, and she needs Terra's Keyblade to claim it, along with 6 others to rule all worlds. Naturally, this puts Terra a bit on edge. Maleficent then uses her magic to awaken the darkness in Terra's heart. While under this influence, he uses his Keyblade to rob Aurora of her heart.
What did I do? What did you do?
You speak as if I pulled some invisible strings.
Yeah, I'ma call bullshit on that.
Join me. Collect 6 more hearts of pure light. Then we will rule all the worlds together!
You seem to be mixed up. I'm a peacekeeper, not a tyrant.
For a peacekeeper, you're off to an exceptionally poor start.
So Maleficent leaves, and Terra has to deal with the giant Unversed that threatens the castle. This giant spinning wheel. Yeah, not the best monster design of the series. Afterwards, Terra resolves to get better control of his darkness so that he can recover Aurora's heart. And that ends Terra's time in this world. You see why I wanted to cover all 3? Next is Ven, who arrives in Aurora's chamber.
Stop! You get away from her!
What? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, I've never seen anyone so beautiful.
Somewhere in the lanes between, Aqua feels insulted, and she knows not why. 3 fairies, Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather, notice that Ven's heart is just as pure as Aurora's, and speaking of, they tell him that Aurora's heart was taken by Maleficent. So Ven offers to help get it back. He and the fairies make their way through the forest to arrive at the Forbidden Mountain where Maleficent's castle is. The castle is swarming with her goons. No, seriously, that's the official term for them. And I greatly prefer this over, say, having the castle drowning in Unversed. The castle serves as a huge maze, literally at one point, until Ven finds where Maleficent is keeping Aurora's heart, and he uses his Keyblade to set it free. Upon doing so, for some reason he's hit with Aurora's memory of meeting Philip. On their way out, our heroes are intercepted by Maleficent. Naturally, she's not too happy. After realizing who he is, Maleficent goads Ven on him by telling him that Terra allowed her to claim Aurora's heart. Thus, Ven engages her in battle, and it's a pretty fun one. The best part for me is the 3 fairies actually help in this fight. They're not heavily involved in combat or anything, but they do aid Ven by protecting him from Maleficent's sleep spell and lend their powers to stun her. Afterwards, Maleficent still insists that Terra stole Aurora's heart, and just as Ven is starting to believe it, Aqua shows up to reassure him. As she tries to get Ven to return home, he runs off, still determined to find Terra. Transitioning into Aqua's story, after Ven leaves, Maleficent gives Aqua the same offer that she did Terra. I guess Ven didn't get the offer due to screwing her over. But when she refuses, Maleficent drops Aqua into the dungeon where she encounters Prince Philip. Kinda poor planning on Maleficent's part. She could have at least picked another cell. The three fairies follow and equip Philip with some shiny new weapons so he and Aqua can escape. We then make our way out of the castle with Philip fighting by our side and one of the few moments where we actually get a party member. Yeah, I don't know if it was hardware limitations on the PSP or a deliberate choice by the game designers, but we really only get party members for specific segments of the game. Eventually, we make it to the castle bridge, which Maleficent covers in briars.
Such a pity, child, that you don't have Terra's gift for obedience. Nor can you see how easy it was for him.
Terra would never do anything to help you.
Quite the contrary. He fully embraced the darkness within himself.
I love how Philip is just patiently waiting there while they're having this conversation, not even the least bit curious about what they're talking about.
See for yourself all the powers of hell!
Okay, after revisiting the original version of Chain of Memories, this really shouldn't surprise me, but I'm actually kind of surprised they let Maleficent say hell. And so Maleficent turns into a dragon, and honestly, while Vent's fight was about as good as the first game, I think this one is better. While the dragon fight in the first game earned many points because of the inherent crossover of having Beast involved, I think what really sells this one is the team techniques with Philip. Afterward, just as in the movie, Philip launches his magic sword straight into Maleficent's heart, which she somehow survives. I mean, of course she does, because she has to be around for the events of the first game, but it's still weird. As Philip goes to Aurora, Aqua lectures Maleficent about the power of love, but she doesn't really give a damn and disappears. So that was Enchanted Dominion, a pretty encouraging start for the Disney worlds. The level design emulated the film's art style beautifully, and it was great to see the world's characters involved in the gameplay as they were. The field music was pretty somber, but considering that this entire thing took place during the part of the movie where Aurora was asleep, it kinda works. I also think it did pretty well to set up Maleficent's involvement in the games that happened later in the timeline. Overall, really well done. Well, that's it for this episode. Tune in next time as it's off to work we go.